right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spanish Fork Recreation 2024 Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. A little shake-up here in Gym B. This is Sharks versus Oops, which would be round 8 for the A Gym, moving over here to round 9 in the B Gym, just so we can keep things moving quickly. A note to the editor, put this wherever you want. Sharks are on the left and Oops on the right. Sharks with no wins over here tonight, and Oops with 2. That doesn't mean Sharks can't have the comeback of the century. A true underdog story. This is their time to shine. A deflection, and it hits the player in the face. It was a headshot. Headshots don't count. If you get hit in the head, you're not out, and the person that threw it is not out. However, if you are malicious and the judges see you intentionally doing it, that might call for stricter recourse. Both teams here with nothing left to lose and everything to gain from this win. Solid catch by Oops on the right. Shark player is out. Nice color coordination by most of the Sharks, though. You can see a team theme in their blue attire. They're in graduating shades of blue from light to black. Perhaps reminiscent or referring to the darkening of the ocean. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. The theme song from Jaws weighing heavy on Oops as it emanates from the Sharks. Nice little dance move. Although dancing is not one of the 5 Ds of dodgeball, I maintain that it should be. Oh, a coordinated salvo. Nice backflip. That was pretty cool. I don't know what that move is called, but I used to be able to do it when I was 11. Now I'm 40. Not so much. Well, in the action, as the teams take a moment to size each other up, planning their next coordinated attack. Boom, boom. Solid dodgeball throws on all sides. A bold strategy to hold the dodgeball like that as a blocker. You can deflect a dodgeball with a dodgeball, but if it hits you in the hand, you're still out. So you got to hold that dodgeball from behind and present a more solid blocking surface. We do have some out-of-bounds lines, but the back line by the wall is not one of them. The center black line, the line of scrimmage as it might be called, is an out-of-bounds line. If you step over it, you're out. And the black lines on either side to side, left and right of our players, are also boundary lines. If you step over that, you're out. However, you can run out to collect the dodgeball. You have 5 seconds to get back in. Better left to the players on the team that are out to recover the dodgeballs for you. 5 players left on the right. Oh, we got one back in, up to 6. Each team starts with 10 players on the court and can only have a maximum of 10 players on the court at any time, although you can have as many players as you want, apparently, waiting in the wings, and you just have to rotate through them in order. Sharks working hard to make the comeback that they need to stay relevant in the game tonight. That sounded a little mean. These guys have been working hard and fighting hard tonight to make their name, to get heard, to be seen, and it's really showing in their coordinated effort to knock Oops off the map here. Good job to the Sharks. Way to keep it up, even as the underdogs. You guys are fighting hard to come back. Not letting it get you down. Nice, solid catch. But they're already at full strength. Down to just 1 player remaining for Oops. The money ball is in effect. The player on the opposing team throws a money ball. It could work against him. All right, our gal in the pink and blue has an opportunity to make a basket. If she makes the basket, her entire team gets to come back in. Let's see, can she do it? A little high, and it's a solid catch. She's out. It's a risk, but it's worth the risk if you can make it happen. So the Sharks take a win tonight, their first win that we've seen tonight. Congratulations to the Sharks. They're going to swap sides, and we will be right back. Hello, sports fans. We are back here for round 2 of match 8 if you're watching the A gym, and match 9 if you're watching the B gym. We've got the Sharks on the right and Oops on the left. Sharks winning round 1 of match, whatever this match is. Their first win tonight that we've seen, so congratulations to them on making a solid comeback. It means Oops needs to fight hard if they want to come back and cinch the win. If they win this round, we'll go to round 3 as a tiebreaker. If they don't, then the Sharks will lock down a win and go down in the annals of dodgeball history as underdogs that made a comeback in the final hour. At the 11th hour, in the final moments of dodgeball glory. Sharks on the right, eyeing up their opponents and getting ready for a furious lots of dodgeball fury. Oh, we got a nice solid out. Oops on the left, unimpressed, and not backing off. They're making a solid comeback. We've got just 5 players left on the right and 5 on the left. Four players remaining on the left and versus the 5 on the right. Anything goes. It's anybody's game. A nice slow in the action while our players catch their breath and size up their opponents, planning their next attack. The action continues. Nice solid hit. We've got 3 oops left. The Sharks looking proud as peacocks. You guys might not be aware of the rivalry between the Sharks and the Oops. We call it the Clash of Chaos and Bite. It was a dodgeball rivalry for the ages, or at least for the local rec center. Scrappy newcomers, the Sharks, determined to prove their ferocity against the lovable chaos crew known as Oops. On paper, it certainly wasn't a fair fight. The Sharks had strategy, speed, and a hunger for victory. Oops had, well, Jeff with his snack cooler and Tina's accidental dodging prowess. But what Oops lacked in skill, they made up for in unpredictability. Game started with the Sharks circling their prey, humming the Jaws theme, as we've mentioned. They lined up their throws. Captain Finn Frankie launched the first ball. A heat-seeking missile aimed directly at Jeff, but Jeff, distracted by an attempt to open a bag of chips, bent down at the last second. The ball missed, ricocheted off the wall, and hit one of the Sharks square in the face. The crowd erupted in laughter. Jeff looked up, chips in hand, and said, "Did I do something?" Down to just 3 players on the right and 2 on the left. It's still anybody's game. The Sharks hungry for this win. They've got 1 win in this round, in this match. If they take this one, it's all over. Back to the story, the Sharks undeterred up their aggression. Their star player, Slick Sammy, unleashed a fury. They got a catch here on the left and brought a player back in, so it evens things up a little bit. The tables have turned. Oops has got 3 versus the Sharks 2. Opponents fell left and right except for Tina, who tripped over her shoelaces and accidentally avoided every ball. How was she still in? Screamed Frankie as Tina waved sheepishly from the back of the court. Then came the moment that cemented the rivalry in dodgeball lore. With only Kevin left on Oops and 3 Sharks closing in, Kevin did the unthinkable. He dove for the floor, blindly flailing his arms somehow by what can only be described as divine dodgeball intervention. He not only dodged all 3 balls, but caught one between his knees. Is that even legal? Yelled the Shark. Apparently, said the ref with a shrug. With the Sharks down their last player, Frankie and Oops miraculously revitalized. The match entered its final moments. Frankie stared down Tina, Jeff, and Kevin, ready to end this madness. But as Frankie wound up for his throw, Kevin yelled, "Hey, what's that?" Frankie glanced over his shoulder, just long enough for Tina to stumble forward and lob a wobbly ball that somehow hit him in the knee. Oops exploded into celebration, their cooler doubling as a trophy stand, while the Sharks vowed revenge. "We'll get you next time," Frankie shouted, shaking his fist. But Oops, with their snacks, stumbles, and sheer dumb luck, just smiled and yelled back, "Oops." And now we see Oops is up, and the Sharks are down to just one. The money ball is in effect on our lone Shark. Not to be confused with a loan shark handing out payday loans. Our lone Shark goes for the money ball, but misses. Another shot. Deftly dodge, dips, ducks, and dives out of the way. With a solid catch, he brings the player back in and evens things back up. We've got 2 versus 2. It's anybody's game. Who will be the winner? Both teams taking a moment to size up their opponents, catch their breath, re-strategize, and figure out where they're going to go next. Testing the waters, so to speak. Sharks throw out a lazy ball to see if they can lull their opponent into a false sense of security. Solid connection with the wall. That wall takes a beating. Like a Timex, it keeps on being a wall. Not ticking, but standing there. Most of the dodgeball ammunition now in the hands of Oops. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eyes on 7 out of 8 dodgeballs. 1 dodgeball missing somewhere. Is it in somebody's pocket? Solid throws without connections. Doesn't mean that they can't make the comeback of the century. Just a reminder, in this match, the Sharks are up 1, and Oops are the underdogs with a catch on the right. He caught it. All right, Oops is now down to a single remaining player, and Sharks are up. Oops has 2 other wins tonight, and Sharks have none as far as complete matches won, so this is their chance to shine. Oops can go for a money ball, and it looks like she's going to try it. If she gets that money ball through the basket, her entire team comes back in. Somebody on her own team kicked the ball to the enemy. Solid throw. Oh, he definitely dodges over the ball. Once again, there is a timer in effect, so our remaining player only has so much time to make a change in the game. But nice deflection. If she runs out of time, she'll lose by default. She either needs to tag somebody out, or, oh, and a solid catch. That means the Sharks have won round 2, and they have indeed won the match. Congratulations to the Sharks. Well fought by Oops. We'll see you here in a minute.